Hello, it's the 29th of July and welcome to Killarney Island. We're looking for the start of the Kerry Way. I'm going to try and run it over the next 7 days. Weather is threatening to go, so the rain gear is on already, unfortunately. That's kit for 7 days, so I'll show you what's in there later. But in the meantime, we're just trying to find our way to the start line, which isn't going well at the moment. I'll drop a pin on Google Maps and show you where it is in due course if we find it. But in the meantime, Killarney is behind us, so we're walking south at the moment. The mountains look absolutely great. The clouds look a little bit ominous, but there are just bits of blue sky that give us hope. So hopefully I will see you shortly from the start line if we find it. See you in a bit. Well,
good run.
Thank you. I'm going to call this the start because I can't find anything that looks more start line like. Not found any markers yet, but we're off of the road. We're in the woods, and I guess it's time to run. It's 215 kilometers all the way around. So I apologise for what's likely to be some quite bumpy camera work, but hopefully this video will give you a good sense of the place and the route and the terrain, because I couldn't find anything that was all that helpful when I was trying to do a little bit of research for this. So let's see what happens over the next 7 days. See you in a bit. So ignore the last thing I said. I think this is the first sign. So I know that the first stop is kind of Muckcross House, and I'm thinking the Kerry Way officially starts here, with these gorgeous mountains in the background and just a hint of a lake coming through. And now it's just 7 days of beautiful mountain trails, I hope. In my mind, as I started off, there was going to be some sort of grand song, but maybe I can edit that in later. So I think this is the first kind of proper landmark. It's Muckcross House. So that's 6 kilometres outside of Killarney. I don't think I'm going to stop and go in now, although I know you can, but the setting is just stunning. The mountains in the background are amazing. It's started raining already though, so the waterproofs are back on. But looks like there might just be a few breaks in the clouds, so hopefully it's not pouring like this all day. See you in a bit. I'm not even 300 metres further on, but the rain stopped, and this place is so stunning. It was worth taking the camera back out. If this is what the whole thing is like, I'm in for a beauty of a trip. Welcome to the Talk Waterfall. It's about 3 or 4 kilometres after Muckcross House. Lovely. The trail starts to climb now, up that way. So I've been working my way through this path. After the waterfall, you climb up some very steep sections. I don't think anyone's going to be running that. And you then descend back down. Again, also quite steep, but good fun to run. There's a sign up there with Killarney to the right and Kenmare to the left. And I went right. I think I've gone the right way, but it's not totally clear. The guidebook says something about a car park, which I'm assuming is this, and a road, so I think I'm in the right place. But it's not totally clear. See what that sign over there says? Okay, so I think these are circular walks, and I need to find the route on to the Black Valley, which is not clear. I'll figure it out and see you in a bit. I think I've gone the wrong way, albeit it was bloody easy to miss. I think I should have turned up at the river ahead, which means I've now got quite a bit of steep climbing back up to do. So let's get back up to the top to where that bridge is and try and figure it out from there. Back up to where I went wrong, and I know what happened. And actually I don't think this is my fault. So you've come from that way, you can hear the waterfall down there maybe, and the only signs are those ones down that way. That takes you for about 2 kilometers down quite a steep long way to the main road. What I should have done was go this way, which is south or left at the trail. It's in the book and I missed it just following that and in my enthusiasm. So one to be careful of just after you get to the top of the climb, after the Talk waterfall. Not brilliantly signposted there, but we're back on track and it only cost us sort of 25 minutes, so could be worse. It was also fun running down the slope. See you in a bit. I'm back on track, I hope. And the trick is to follow the river down there. You're going through absolutely beautiful forests with a really gorgeous pine forest behind me. You might be able to see sort of there the really straight trees where the pine forest is. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I reckon that was about a 3 kilometer detour. It cost me about 30 minutes. Not that I'm racing, but just if you're planning. Thankfully the rain stopped, for now at least. There's hints of blue sky. Even though it's not warm, I'm certainly not cold. Shouldn't do, it's detour time. This right here is the start of the footpath to the top of Talk Mountain. It's supposed to take an hour to get up there. I've got another 6 or 7 kilometers that way, I reckon, to get to the Black Valley, which is not bad at all. It's only, I'll tell you in a minute. It's 5 to 12, so I've got loads of time. So I'm going to try and get to the top here. They say it's an hour to get up, so 5 to 12 now. If it takes me an hour to get up and 20 minutes to get back down, 1:20, should be at Black Valley sort of 3 o'clock, so that's alright. And I just met some lovely ladies who told me that the view from the top is well worth it, so I'm gonna go off the trail to the top of Talk. I'll see. So it took 30 minutes, it's 12:25 now, but the view from the top here is absolutely incredible. It's extremely windy. The path itself isn't too bad. It's kind of half mesh boards which are great to walk on, and half's kind of rock. I think if you're carrying some weight or you were going a little bit slower, yeah, it's about an hour to get to the top. But just to try and orient you a little bit, the Talk waterfall is kind of down there. Muckross House is about there. Yeah, that's Muckross House there. And then Killarney is over there. So that's where I started this morning. Chill here for a minute because I've earned it. But then I've got to get back down the mountain, which is probably 20 minutes. And you might be able to see, just in outline, you can see it kind of there, the old Kenmare Road, which I now have to follow. And that should take me over the course of about 6 or 7 kilometers to Black Valley, which is the end of day 1. The weather is threatening and it's extremely windy up here, but what an incredible view. Well worth it. Well worth the detour. See you in a bit. So I ran and walked back down the mountain. That took about 20 minutes. And for the last 20 or so I've just been jogging along the old Kenmare Road. Hopefully it's about 2 kilometres to the next sort of stop, and just a few kilometres more after that to get to Black Valley. But you can't complain about the scenery. The weather's a bit annoying. Every time you think it's stopped raining, it starts again. So the jacket's back on, and of course now that the jacket's back on, it's stopped raining. Thank you guys. See you in a bit. I've been walking and running from this way behind me for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. You can see maybe the Kenmare Road that I followed. I've passed a few people, I've seen a few markers, and there's the occasional wire meshed board, so I know I'm going the right way. But if you're looking for somewhere for a bit of quiet and just some isolation, this place is absolutely fantastic. According to the Running Watch, I've been going for 3 hours 6 minutes and done 17.3 kilometres. That's including the trip up the mountain and the 30-minute detour the wrong way. So I don't think it's too much further. I think this section will end probably in the next 20 minutes. And then it's only about 5 or 6 kilometres after that to Black Valley, where I'm staying tonight. So far, so good. And of course, seeing as I have my coat on, it stopped raining, but I dare not take it off, because the second I do, that rain will come back down again. See you in a bit. So I've just come out of Killarney National Park. There was some good running in there, but a lot of it was very steep, very, very craggy and quite wet from all the rain. The rain, for the moment at least, seems to have cleared off, which is glorious. And I've come to this sign, which is actually quite helpful. I'm heading to the Black Valley, so I think I need to keep going just a few hundred metres that way to a church. It's then 3 kilometres, I think, after that to Lord Brandon's cottage, where I was told by some nice locals I met that I can get something to eat. And then it should just be 2.5 kilometres after that further on to get to the Black Valley. So it's, I think, 2 o'clock now, and hopefully I'll be done in an hour or so, maybe a little bit more. But the scenery around here is just gorgeous. Absolutely great. Having a great time. I'm even toying with the idea of taking off my jacket. And I think I'll be coming back this way, because if Kenmare is that way, that's the final day, is Kenmare back to Killarney. So I think I'll be doing this section in reverse on my final day, which is fine because it's really nice. See you in a bit. I've been in this section for, I don't know, about 15-20 minutes now. Trails like this, just jogging and walking. But it's very nice. Nice and cool, not raining for the moment. So I'm going to keep going in this direction towards the Black Valley. With a bit of luck, Lord Brandon's cottage is somewhere up ahead, and I can stop there and get a cup of tea and a sandwich because I'm quite hungry. That's the watch for the day so far, and I clicked it on, I think at the sign for the national park. So 21.3 kilometres, 3 hours 48. I've run a marathon and quicker than that before. It's a slow, steady trail, but it's beautiful and not to be rushed. I thought I'd just try and capture this for a moment. Every time I try and start running, I just stop because it's so beautiful. I'm afraid I'm going to miss it. This is gorgeous. I think that might be Lord Barradon's cottage just over there, and the Black Valley runs in between there. I just got a little bit of phone signal and found where I was on Google, so I'll drop that in also. But as a place to run or even walk, This is just great. Absolutely glorious. And again, it's kind of just me. See you in a bit. It's just coming up on 3 o'clock, and I'm at Lord Barradon's cottage, about a mile and a bit away from Black Valley, where I'm staying tonight. There's a little cafe here, so I've taken the opportunity to have a much needed feed. So I don't think there's going to be a lot more running today. Now I've got a belly full of food, but as a place to stop for lunch goes, this isn't bad at all. So I've hit time on the running watch today. I'll upload a picture of the Strava also. But as day one goes, that's not bad at all. It would have been good to avoid the unnecessary 30-minute detour. If you've got time and you're travelling light, definitely take the trip up Torque Mountain, especially on a clear day. The view is fantastic. But it is a fairly chunky walk from Killarney. I just said, if you're carrying a heavy pack, probably 6 hours is not unreasonable from Killarney to here. And then I think it'll just be 20 or 30 minutes on to the Black Valley. See you later.